श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वहं। ओम वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि as per his promise, Bhagavan Sri Krishna explained to Arjuna Jnana and Vijnana. Then he said, those who are ignorant or indulgent, such people do not have this knowledge or do not want to gain this knowledge, don't understand it, don't appreciate it, and they disregard it. But Mahatmanastu Mam Partha, but there are great souls, sattvic people who worship me, Ananya Manasaha, Jnatva Bhutadim Avyayam. Now, that is only further elaborated upon how they worship. Now, this is the 14th shloka. We read it yesterday, but now read it again and then we'll see the meaning. 14th. How they worship? Yes, satatam, always. Kirtayantaha. Now, kirtayanta means singing glories, glorifying. Satatam kirtayanta. Glorifying whom? Bhagavan says, Mam. Glorifying Bhagavan. Satatam kirtayanto Mam. Yatantascha. And striving. Dridhavrataha. With firm resolve, Dridhavrata, Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya, and doing namaskar to me, saluting, prostrating, with devotion, Nitya Yukta Upasate. Nitya Yukta, ever united, ever steadfast, Upasate, they worship me. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. You see, you must have heard in Srimad Bhagavat it is pointed out there are 9 kinds of devotion. Navvidha bhakti. This is what is indicated here. Devotion is only one. Love for God. Those who are the great devotees, how that devotion manifests in them, that itself becomes sadhana for other people. And one is called Shravanam. Shravanam means listening. See, whatever you love, you want to listen more and more. So those who are already great devotees, they want to listen to Bhagavan's glories more and more. And those who have to develop that love, they also must listen. Only while listening, they will come to know the glories of the Lord. So first is Shravanam, then second is Kirtanam. So Shravanam is done with the sense organs. Kirtanam is done with the organ of action, speech. And generally what we hear, that we speak. When you see a person is deaf and dumb, person is really not dumb, but because I never heard any sound, therefore cannot reproduce. That person is capable of speaking, but if the person has never heard any sound, how can you speak that? So what we hear, we speak. So kirtanam. So that's called Shravanam Kirtanam. Then Vishnoho Smaranam. And then all the time remembering the Lord. Pada Sevanam. That's called Upasana. So here see the Kirtanam is said, so Shravanam is understood. Then only you do Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Upasate, so that is the Upasana. Then they will say Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam. There you worship the Lord. That Bhagavan is going to speak in the next shloka. That Archanam. And then when you see that Lord everywhere, then you do Namaskar. It's a very beautiful thing, krama there. Shravanam is done with the ears. Kirtanam is done with the speech. Smaranam is done with the mind. And Pada Sevanam, worshipping the feet of the Lord or Guru, is done with your hands. And you do entire Archanam, Vandanam. See, when you do this, then you start feeling the presence of the Lord everywhere. Therefore you do Namaskar. See, now where we go to a temple, even though there is a main temple dedicated to a particular deity, but in India you will find every corner in that temple, so many places they will put on the one for this. That's why always I say, among our gods there is a great unity. When one god comes, he brings all others also there. Only devotees keep fighting with each other. And then even if you go to the temple, so wherever we see Bhagavan's Murti, shortcut, long cut, whichever way, what we go on doing. Now just think that if you see a Murti, you do Namaskar, and a one who feels the presence of the Lord everywhere, will he do Namaskar or not? And that Namaskar is the surrender of the ego and recognition of the Lord, that I am nothing, only Lord alone is. Namastantasya, that is also bhaktya. Many times we do Namaskar without any devotion. But only we have that experience because we Swamis go to some people's house and their mother, father ask their children, do Namaskar to Swamiji. And they, man, why should I do Namaskar? Okay. Somehow, no, Namaste Maam Bhaktya. Nitya Yukta. Nitya Yukta means ever united with Nitya Paramatma. Or Nitya Yukta, ever united. And Dhrudha Vrataha. Dhrudha Vrata means Vrata, not only physical vow, determination, Nishchaya. Yatantaha. See, many times we strive for something, but not with firm determination. We strive, and then after some time say, I did my best. There are many students, I failed. You failed? I worked hard. Actually worked hardly. Hardly he worked, but I worked hard. But not hard enough. Sometimes they do little thing and they say, I did my best. You feel like asking, if this is the best, show me your worst. Okay, so Swamiji, don't be insulting. One man felt very insulted, not because of me. Some other place, somebody said something, he got very offended. He said, I don't come here for getting insulted. That man said, where do you go generally then? So he got more furious. So here Kirtanam, Yatantascha, Dhrudhavrataha, Namastanta, all that Navvidha Bhakti, what you call, that's what is indicated here. Now one question. Satatam Kirtayantaha, how can you glorify the Lord Satatam always? Satatam, singing the glories of the Lord. Suppose you say Kirtanam means singing the glories of the Lord. How can you do continuously? So one meaning is, see, sadhana is of two types. One is kriya roop, other is bhavna roop. One is of the nature of action and the other is of the nature of attitude. You cannot perform one action continuously 24 hours or anything like that. But bhavna can be kept there all the time. So, satatam kirtaya, one meaning is, suppose I decide I will do the nama japa every day 15 minutes. So, at least that 15 minutes satatam, continuously without break, you do that. But that japa is meant for remembering the Lord. That remembrance of the Lord can be there all the time. And remembrance of the Lord does not mean all the time you have to say Ram 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 Ram, Shiva Shiva Shiva. Not that way. To remember that whatever gifts I have got with me are all gifts from the Lord. My life is dedicated to that Lord. That can always be there. So one kirtan is, we sing with musical instruments or without musical instruments. That is one type of kirtan. That's called singing the glories. Second is seeing the glory of the Lord everywhere. That is satatam, that you can see or not. You sow the seeds in the soil, and see the flowers and crops and grains and trees and fruits, all of them are coming. Isn't it the glory? Everywhere you can see the glory of the Lord. So first is singing, this is called seeing, and the third is bringing that glory in our own life. Suppose you say Bhagavan is very loving and compassionate and we remain very wicked. What kind of singing the glory of the Lord is? So that virtue should come in us. You know about Bhakta Prahlad, Naradji, who was his guru, Naradji says that all those virtues which are in God, they all are there in Prahlad. Now think what or the status of that person must have been. Satatam kirtayanta. Yatantascha dridhavrataha. And striving for what? Striving for purifying the mind. Striving for gaining this knowledge. Striving for cultivating love for the Lord. This is called striving. Yatantascha dridhavrataha. Dridhavrata is what? The firm sankalpa, that this is the Lord, I am His servant, I am His devotee. And this is my goal of my life, this is what I want to achieve. That is called Dridhavrata. Satatam kirtayantam. Now one thing you will find in this 9th chapter, in the beginning Bhagavan was speaking the language of pure knowledge. Isn't it? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. And slowly how he is gliding into the language of devotion, you see. Beautifully. Now Bhagavan is just coming to the language of devotion. And there he will speak jnana vijnana in the language of devotion now. Now when it is said, how satatam kirtayantaha? So kriya, the particular kriya action you are doing, puja or japa, at least that period of time mind should remain there. And attitude wise always satatam, see Bhagavan's glories everywhere. The presence of the Lord. Some people practice that sadhana, practice of feeling the presence of God. So it is said, one guru had 2 disciples and he gave 1 fruit each to them. And he said, eat this fruit at such a place where nobody is watching you. In our Balivihar class also, I think children know this story. And one man went there, came back. Nobody watching. The other boy could not find. And he came back. Guru said, you didn't find any place where nobody was watching you? He said, no. How come? A bird was watching me. When I went under a tree, a bird was sitting there, or somewhere the animal was there, and finally I myself was watching. So there is no place where that presence is not there. Guru said, you sit here. You can learn this knowledge. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. And how they worship the Lord? Because upasana means sitting near. Sitting near, not physically, mentally, so that you feel that presence and imbibe those qualities. So how they worship? Now that is said in the next sloka. And there one thing is very beautiful, that you can worship the Lord in many ways. So if you understand that, no person will become fanatic, that this is the only way. Bhagavan says, I am everything. From me everything is there. So if you worship this way, then also you worship me. The other way you worship, then also you worship me. Now in how many ways you can worship? Now that is said, next sloka you read. ज्ञान यज्ञेन च अपि अन्ये यजन्तो माम उपासते. Anye means eke, some people. Yajantaha, sacrificing or worshipping, mam upasate, they meditate on me, worship me. In which way? Jnana yajnena. By the sacrifice or what called the yajna of knowledge. Oh, jnana yajnena. Jnanam eva yajna. Tena jnana yajnena. By that jnana yajna. Now what is the meaning of jnana yajna? One meaning is the jnana yajna we are conducting. This jnana yajna is or not? It's a Gita jnana yajna. And in this what we are taking? A text, a scriptural text we have taken. And then we are inquiring in the meaning, investigating, inquiring. So then what happens? When you inquire into the meaning of the scripture, then knowledge arises. Fire of knowledge. And when knowledge arises, all ignorance and wrong notions created by ignorance, all of them are offered into it and burnt. That is called jnana yajna. You know, some people are mischievous people, you know. And someone told me, oh, you are conducting jnana yajna, means knowledge is offered there, in that knowledge is gone now. Not knowledge, but fire of knowledge is kindled, and in that fire of knowledge, ignorance is burnt, that is that. That is called jnana yajna. But now, in this jnana yajna, what happens? Now I am sitting here, Vakta is there, Shrota also is there, speaker, listener, then organizers, all that is also there. This is jnana yajna. But this jnana yajna we talk about, for that all this also not required. Because when we understand the meaning, then alone we sit in meditation. And what we have heard from the teacher, scriptures, and the Guru said, you are not this body, you are not the ego, you are Satchidananda Atma, that is Brahma. So that Brahman you are, that knowledge is given. So then meditate. that Chidananda Rupaha Ahamasmi. And Natu Jivaha, this Jiva I am not. So the Jiva Bhava is sacrificed in that. That is called Jnana. So even if one individual is studying the scriptures or Guru Shishya, they are studying together, this transfer of knowledge taking place, then a person meditating, that is called knowledge. Jnana Yajna. Then how they worship? Ekatvena, Pruthatvena. Ekatvena means with the sense of oneness. What is that? That Paramatma is my own self, and actually that Paramatma alone is the self of all beings. Seeing that oneness of the self everywhere, that is called Ekatvena. Pruthatvena means sense of difference. Difference means what? That difference also can be seen in many ways. That one Lord alone is manifesting as the sun and moon and stars and planets and the ocean, the mountain. All these are Pruthak, all that, but it is one Lord who is appearing in many forms. Or Pruthatvena means, even though the Lord is the self of all beings, that is Ekatva, but I say, oh Lord, you are my master, I am your servant. Dasoham. One very interesting thing happened. One Vedantic guru advised a disciple, he said, every day you meditate, Soham, Soham, Soham. Soham, he is me, that Paramatma is my nature. He was meditating. Then what happened? Another guru came, and he was a devotee. He said, what kind of meditation you are doing? Soham, Soham. Anyway, Soham, let it be there. Don't remove Soham, but only prefix Da. Say Dasoham. So he said, Dasoham, Dasoham. So I am saying, the first guru came again. He said, what? I told you to say Soham and you are saying Dasoham? Doesn't matter. Keep it. Only you prefix Sa. So Dasoham, if you prefix Sa, then whatever, Sada Soham, Sada Soham. So Sada means always. Always that is me, always that is me, always that is me. Then the second guru came again. Hare, what are you doing this? Sada Soham, I told you Dasoham, that I am servant, I am servant. Now you are again telling you, always I am, that is me, that is me. He said, this is no. But anyway, Sada Soham you are saying, no problem. Now you prefix Da again. So it becomes Dasa Dasoham, I am the servant of the servant. If I say Soham, that is me, Ekatvena. This is called worshipping the Lord with the sense of oneness. If you say Dasoham, Pruthatvena. But after you are the servant of the Lord, don't become the servant of Ravana. But you become servant of Rama only. So Dasoham. Sadasoham, again Ekatvena. Dasa, I am the servant of the Lord. What a wonderful thing. These are various ways of worshipping the Lord. And Bhagavan says, every worship I accept. Jnana yajnena chapyanne yajanto mam upasate ekatvena pruthatvena bahudha vishwato mukham. Bahudha or Vishwato mukham. Bhagavan is the whole universe. Not one particular, the sun, moon, star. He is a whole universe. All the five elements. Bhuram bhamse nalo nilombara maharnato himamshu puman Ityabhati characharaatmakabidam yasyeva murtyashtakam. So 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, sun, moon, all jivas, all put together is called Vishwaroop of Bhagavan. So some people meditate on that Lord as their own self. Some people as some relationship. I am devotee, I am servant, I am friend, I am beloved. In this way they meditate. Or one Lord manifesting in all forms. The whole universe. That's why the Vishnu Sahasranam, the first name of the Lord is given Vishwam. Vishwam, universe. The whole universe is Bhagavan only. Whichever you like. There are some people who do not believe in any particular Murti Puja or particular of this Jnana and all that. They say, I serve the society. Okay. So you are Vishwarup worshipping. One way, you are worshipping the universal form of the Lord. But if you have that knowledge that you are worshipping the universal form, then it becomes upasana. But otherwise, if you just say that, then what will happen? Without that kind of knowledge, if you serve the society, it may happen that you may develop some arrogance. See, I serve everybody, poor people. Or you will get so angry with all of them that I do so much for them that they don't recognize anything. Because the people are such. One man, bachelor he was, when he came back from office, he saw one beggar sitting outside. He gave him 10 rupees. After some time, he gave him 5 rupees. Then he gave him 1 rupee. That beggar asked him, Sir, you were giving me 10 rupees, 5 rupees, now why you are giving only 1 rupee? So he said, I was bachelor, I could afford 10 rupees. Then I got married. So I gave you 5 rupees. Still I gave you 5 rupees. Now I am having a son, a child. So I gave you 1 rupee. That beggar says, very unfair, you are running your family on my money. You may think that person will be very grateful and all that, nothing grateful at all. Then you will get frustrated. But if you, I am worshipping my Lord, then doesn't matter who thinks what different. Jnana yadnena chapyanne yajanto mam upasate ekattvena prathaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham. Bhagavan says, whichever way they worship, but they are worshipping me only. How they are worshipping you only, in whichever way they worship, in whichever name, form, method, whatever is that. That is because, see the next shloka.